Ever since reading the book Lone Survivor, I have been interested in and amazed by Navy SEALs. SEAL is short for sea, air, and land, which is where Navy SEALs perform their warfare. There, there are many lessons that we can learn from SEALs, Navy SEALs, but today I will mostly hit on commitment to a cause. I will talk about the intense training of everyone wishing to become a Navy SEAL. The main part of training is called Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training, or BUDS for short. BUDS has 3 phases, and even before that, they have something called INDOC, which is training before the training. It's a 3-week course where they become familiar with the obstacle course and practice swimming. They build teamwork and perseverance. And throughout all of BUDS and INDOC, the instructors are always looking for candidates who have what it takes to become a Navy SEAL. So phase 1, basic conditioning. Basic is a relative term. This is definitely not basic for me. This is the hardest phase. For most people say it's the hardest phase. It's 7 weeks long, just like all 3 phases. And it's the main weeding out process. Out of 6 candidates are able to even make it through phase 1. So this is physical, running, calisthenics, swimming, and each week they have to perform more higher than the last, more running, more swimming, and this is timed. So they're measured by a 4-mile timed run, 2-mile timed swim, and a timed obstacle course. So they have to keep being better every week. The last week of this is called Hell Week. 5.5-day stretch, the hardest part, probably the hardest training in the entire world. It's where they have 200 miles, 200 or more miles of running, 20 hours a day of physical training, and all this on less than 5 hours of sleep throughout the whole 5. This really defines who has the commitment required to become a Navy SEAL. It's the ultimate test of will and class teamwork. They say 80% is mental, just because they have to just decide not to give up ever. Those who make it through decide, I'm not going to give up. If I die before I do this, I'm not giving up. So phase 2 is combat diving. This is where they're introduced into the skills that are unique to Navy SEALs. So successful candidates who make it through comfort in the water and an ability to perform in very stressful and uncomfortable situations. So the last test to make it through is they have to dive down 50 meters in full scuba gear, and their instructors thrash them around, and they tie up their scuba gear in a knot, and they have to stay underwater and untie the knot and be show that they're calm. If they can't get the knot, if it's an impossible knot, they can go up. But if they if the instructors say it was able to untie it, they fail. They only get 2 chances at that test. Phase 3 is land warfare. This is where they teach basic weapons, demolition, land navigation, and marksmanship. So they're learning some classroom work here. They're taught to gather and process the information to complete the overall mission. The final 3.5 weeks of this phase are spent offshore practicing the skills that they learned throughout BUDS. After BUDS, there's a 6-month course called SEAL Qualification Training. This is what takes them from the basic naval warfare, naval special warfare skills that they learned to the advanced tactical training. And after this 6 months, they're able to receive their SEAL Trident, which designates them as Navy SEALs. And finally, they're assigned to a SEAL team to begin prep for their first deployment. I am very grateful for these rare, outstanding souls who have the capacity to take on the toughest training in the world. I'm grateful that they're willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice to fight for our country so that we can have the freedoms that we enjoy. I encourage each of you to find the cause to which you can be fully committed and do it. And by doing this, we show our appreciation for those sacrificing everything for us.